So here's a short story which proves why you never loan your girl money or pay for major things like a car or her school or something like that, because the odds are you're going to break up and you're not going to, not only will you not get a return on your investment, you're not even going to get the principal back. And how so many are out there to use guys for the resources, and it's just absolutely amazing. You must be careful. And this guy's now learning it. Titled, "Will I be the a-hole for expecting my ex to move out of my house after she ended things even though she has nowhere to go?" And a shout out to Max for sending this story. Now listen to this. Listen to this predicament this guy gets himself into, and now how things are going. He says, "My ex and I were together for about 3 years and lived together for the last year and a half. We live in a condo that I own outright. I bought a few years ago before we even met. She quit her job last year to go back to school full-time for a graduate program. I supported her through it all. I paid for everything. Rent, groceries, utilities, all of it. I also work full-time and handle most of the household stuff. Cooking, cleaning, errands. It's not perfect, but I do my best." Smack, smack, smack. Are you out of your mind? Notice the timing here. She moves in with him, gets comfortable, boom, quits her full-time job, and now he's paying for everything. Everything. Supporting her. Well, here's the problem. What happens if they break up? Now, all the money that he spent on everything for her to freeload off him doesn't make a darn thing. Doesn't even get a return on it, but he's not going to get the principal back. It's ridiculous. And I might add, I also got to say it, what, she's going to school and she can't come home and wash some dishes or cook a meal? He's giving her the princess treatment. He's giving her the queen treatment. Well, she'll treat him like a peasant. Well, the last few months, things got really tense. Her program is demanding, and she's been stressing out constantly. She started criticizing everything I did. Where does she get off doing that? She's a freeloader. She's getting everything for free, and she's criticizing him. The way I cleaned wasn't good enough for her. The meals I made were boring. I felt like I couldn't do anything right no matter how hard I tried. And you're a complete effing moron, bro, I've got to say it, for putting up with this crap and letting her freeload kick her out. Well, we had a big blow up a few weeks ago, and she ended the relationship. Said she couldn't do this anymore, and honestly, I wasn't even that surprised. We hadn't been happy in a while. This goes to show you can't ever make him happy. This guy's taking care of everything, and she's not happy. Now, where does she think she's going to go? You think she has a plan in mind? She has no job, no income, no money. But now that things are broken up, I told her I think she needs to move out. This is my place. I owned it before her, and I'm the only one on the title. I don't think it's healthy for either of us to keep living together after the breakup. You're darn right, amigo. Absolutely, she should freaking leave. Why should she stay there and have you continue to pay for things? Well, guess what? You've been such a pushover and a nice guy, she's thinking, shit, I can break up with this guy. I don't have to give him any type of loving or anything like that, and he'll still pay for everything. That's her impression of him. What do you want to bet she's getting from somebody else? She says she has nowhere else to go. Not your problem. Her family isn't in a position to take her in, and she doesn't have any close friends nearby. She used most of her savings on tuition, so she's basically broke. She says if I make her leave, she'll have to drop out of the program. Not your freaking problem. For God's sakes, bro. I don't care if her family isn't in a position to take her in. I'm sure they have a couch. She can sleep on the couch. She can get a sleeping bag. She can get a cot and sleep in the living room. Something can be done here. And but even regardless, not your problem. But here's the thing. Now you got to get her out. And depending where you live, the state, the city, you know, she'll be seen as a tenant. And you got to go down that route. I'm thinking about giving her 45 days to figure something out. Well, that's generous. That's more than legally required. But now she says she wants to work things out. That maybe we moved too fast and she just was stressed out. I don't buy it. It feels like she's only saying that because she needs a place to stay. Thank you. Finally, your brain cells are operating properly. Not because she actually wants to be with me. I don't hate her, but I also don't want to live with someone who dumped me and is only backtracking because she's scared. Would I be the a-hole for holding firm on this? Smack! Can't believe you're asking this. Bro, you've been the a-hole for many reasons. letting her freeload off for you, letting her quit her job, you taking care of everything, you doing all the cooking and cleaning and buying food and cooking food and paying for everything, and also the drama. And I bet you aren't getting any during the process. That made you the a-hole. And you're the a-hole for questioning this. You're not the a-hole for telling her to leave. You're being very generous with that whole 45-day thing. But depending where you live and what city you're in, it can be seen as her as a tenant. And you may have to go down the legal route to get rid of her. Well, usually 30 days is kind of the time frame to get rid of somebody. Okay, get some documentation down. You may have to visit a lawyer because the odds are she ain't going to leave. But do not believe for a second the waterworks and her putting on the charm to stick around. It's not because she cares about you. It's because she wants to stay and not go anywhere. End of freaking story. It's bullshit, and you know this. So, guys, this really makes the point of don't buy things for women, like I said in the beginning. Pay for their school. Let them freeload. She could have done something to help out. I mean, if literally they had a good relationship and she stopped working and she went to school full time, but then when she was home, she did all the cooking and the cleaning and all that stuff in between, then maybe it wouldn't be as bad. That'll be something. And if she was loving and appreciative. But no, she's been acting like a spoiled, petulant child with this guy, very entitled, very demanding, and she's got to go, no matter what. But it may cost you some money to get a lawyer or something to get this thing moving, but best to get her out. And the next time, don't be like this. So there you go. Now, a few comments here before I wrap this up. One guy says, she was basically a stay-at-home girlfriend without the kids, the pets, and the domestic responsibilities. And somehow managed to be a brat when it came to everything you did for her. You would not be the a-hole. Give her a written 30-day notice and get her packing. If she really wants to work things out, she can work them out while you guys live apart. How convenient that she's all of a sudden realizes her mistake now that she's about to be homeless. Yeah, very convenient. Another one. If you give her X amount of days to live there before kicking her out, please document every single conversation regarding any of the info. Do not do it on the phone call. I work for an attorney that does a lot of landlord-tenant laws, and some places have strong tenant-squatter rights. Although she is and was your girl, the law could see that she is as a tenant in the worst-case scenario, and she refused to move out. It would benefit you greatly to have some of these documented if legal action becomes necessary. You're not the a-hole. Right. Always get things in writing. But then again, he has to prove that she got the document to evict her in 30 days. He's going to have to be smart about this. Here's one. This is good. This guy says here, she can go to campus housing and inquire about emergency housing. She can go to social services. She can post on Craigslist looking for a roommate. The fact is, she hasn't made any effort and is looking for you to solve her problems because she is used to you subsidizing her life. Serve her official eviction papers. She is an adult. She can figure out her living situation, not the a-hole. Yeah. Or another option is she can go find another sucker to freeload off of. And one more. Guys, is not the a-hole. Stuff like this should always be discussed before you decide to move in together. You own the place. If she's not even contributing to household payments, then she's a guest who has outstayed her welcome. Her backing down on the breakup is 100% because she doesn't want the hassle finding somewhere else to live, but she broke up with you, so it is not your responsibility. And the fact that she's surprised by having to move out means that she was fully expecting you to continue taking care of everything while she stayed there. Do not back down on this. Yeah, that's the funny part. Her perception of this guy, and quite frankly, I don't blame her in this, really, her perception of him was that he was such a pushover and so weak, she could break up with him and still live there for free because he demonstrated he is a pushover. Well, surprise, surprise, this guy isn't that weak, and now he's done with her. But how this will fan out, I don't know, but we shall see. So anyhow, guys, remember that. Let them take care of themselves because, again, this is 2026. They've been strong and empowered for a long time. If they're so strong and empowered, then they can take care of their own bills. Don't need some big man to pay for the bills or take care of everything. So learn from this.